The Bachelor of Music
program at Weimar University
is a program designed to teach students to serve others through music.
Music is a calling from God.
Music is part of my DNA, is who I am.
Music is a way to express
thoughts and feelings, very deep ones.
It's how we communicate the things that can't be spoken, but that also can't remain silent.
And most importantly, it's a way in which I can glorify God and a way in which I can worship Him.
I chose Weimar University for the sole reason that I realized the true value of Christ-centered education and Christ-centered music.
It is a place where I can receive an education that is mission-focused, not necessarily performance-focused like many other options that I was looking at.
Right now it is the only school that tries to follow the blueprint of true education that has a music program.
Our performance ensembles have many opportunities to share the work that we do here. Last year we had our university orchestra traveling to Japan, and this year we have our choir going to New Zealand to reach others. Among those things, we also have opportunity to reach people in our community through our TCI program, as well as opportunity to reach people that come and visit our campus that are participating in the New Start and the Depression Recovery Program.
And the students who are involved in the music program get to actually interact with these patients and serve them.
So you have tons of playing experience. You get to touch so many lives.
After I leave Weimar, I might be a music teacher. I also might be a concert pianist.
They also may be able to be a composer and compose music that uplifts God and brings healing to the mind and the spirit.
What we want to do is open the door for those who study this main area of study of evangelism and be able to connect our musicians to churches to be music ministers.
There are so many options. We'll see where God leads.
The music program is accredited.
You will graduate with an accredited degree at Weimar University.
You should choose Weimar University if you're looking for a Christ-centered education.
If God is calling you to be a Weimar, you should be here.
Ours is not only Christ-centered, but is going back to that original blueprint that was entrusted to us to share, so that we may be effective as we share the three angels' message
to a dying world by using your music and your voice that God has given you uniquely to create, to reform, and to heal a hurting world.
I once was lost, but now found, was blind, but now I see.
By the grace of God, last year I ran 72 miles or 115 kilometers around Lake Tahoe. I will be doing it again this year, and here is why.
Weimar University chooses not to accept government funding so that it can operate on biblical principles without interference.
Adhering to these principles comes with a price. Our students don't have access to federal aid or loans.
But together, we can ensure that all students, regardless of their financial situation, have access to a Christ-centered and faith-based education.
Our goal is to raise $500,000.
Partner with our students, faculty, and staff as we run for this cause.
This is how it works.
Select your runner and specify a donation amount per mile they run.
On October 15th, your runner will participate in the official Lake Tahoe Run representing Weimar University.
At the finish line, we'll be hosting a health expo to minister to both participants and spectators.
Did you know that ice can be used for more than chilling your drink on a hot summer day or keeping your food cold when you're out camping or at the beach? We're going to show you a simple, natural home remedy that will help to reduce pain and inflammation in your muscles and joints, such as sprains and strains and muscle soreness. This hydrotherapy treatment is called ice massage. To do this, you will only need a few simple supplies. These are a paper cup, 2 to 3 bath towels, and a pair of scissors. To make the ice cup, simply fill a paper cup 2/3 full of water and freeze until solid. It's best to always have 1 or 2 cups ready to go in your freezer. Who knows when you might sprain your ankle, right? To catch the melting ice, place a towel under the body part that you will be treating. Be mindful that if you are doing this over any non-waterproof furniture, you will want to place a plastic bag down first to avoid water damage. Next, use scissors to cut off 1 to 2 inches from the bottom of the paper cup in order to reveal the ice. Now you are ready to begin the treatment. Hold the top of the cup and use circular motion to move the ice over the area you're treating and the surrounding 1 to 2 inches. Never hold the ice still. Use a hand towel to catch drips as the ice melts. Tear more of the paper cup off as needed. You may want to use a washcloth to hold the ice cup in your hand if it gets too cold. During the treatment, you'll experience all 4 stages of sensation. The first one will be cold. As you continue, you'll begin to feel a burning or prickling sensation that will turn into aching. Be sure to continue past the ache until the area is completely numb to a light stroking touch. Then dry the area with a hand towel. Afterward, you may do some gentle movement or stretching to the area treated. You will want to repeat this simple treatment daily until the pain is gone. Make sure not to move the ice over any implanted devices or areas of the body where bones are close to the surface of the skin. Also, avoid this treatment if you have Raynaud's syndrome, if you are chilled or especially sensitive to cold, if you have high blood pressure, or over an area of the skin that is partially or fully numb. This treatment should not be given to children under 5 years old. And remember, water wisely applied is a most powerful remedy. As it is used intelligently, favorable results are seen. God has given us intelligence, and He desires us to make the most of His health-giving blessings.
I think what I've learned from being here at Weimar is that we are called to be in the world, but not of the world. I've learned that I can share the things I've learned here at Weimar with my family without doing it in a judgmental way, just sharing the truth in love and helping others to live healthier and happier lives.
Something that has really impacted me is taking many of the classes here at Weimar where we integrate the learning that we're doing in whatever science with the spiritual and connecting those two. And one of the classes that that's been really impactful for me is chemistry classes. And throughout the semester, we write papers and connect a spiritual thought with something we've been learning in the chemistry class. And that's been really helpful for me to think beyond a small view of God and expand it to nature and how He is involved in everything. And that's been super helpful for me.
I'm not here for a long time. This is my second semester here, but at my first semester, I was amazed how this environment has a taste of family, I can say. Since I'm too far from my family, it's really important how staff and the students can treat each other. And since the beginning of my first semester here, people easily started to remember my name and to treat me with kindness. And this was something that really made me be glad to be here.
What drew me to Weimar was the emphasis on medical missionary work, and I really loved how Weimar put such an emphasis on combining science and religion, the Bible and the health work, and I just really loved that balance because I think that's what our church is called to do. And I didn't really know that much about Weimar actually before coming here, but once I came here, I learned a lot more. And I'm just so thankful for the focus and the mission that Weimar has on medical missionary work.
Coming to Weimar has helped me with my relationships with others just because I realized the impact that I have, the impact of my influence on other people. And that's just helped me value my interactions with other people and helped me realize that I can uplift someone, I can encourage someone, and I can help them make better choices by simply my influence.
Weimar brought me close to Christ in each moment. In the classes, all the classes has a Christ moment when the teachers, they catch the Bible and read the Bible and think a little bit about one aspect. The food is a food that you can see that was well thought to make us healthy. The place is a beautiful place immersed in the nature. So in each aspect at Weimar, I feel that I was brought closer to God.
I think Weimar has really helped me grow in many aspects of my life, pretty much every aspect, because, I think I've gotten healthier being here at Weimar. I've learned much more about nutrition and how to eat more healthy and a balanced diet. But I've also learned how to have a good exercise routine, and I learned all about how exercise is so good for us, and I've just been learning how to implement those things into my life. So I've been benefited physically, but also mentally and spiritually as well. And one thing in particular that I've learned that's helped me a lot is the power of our will, and I think being here at Weimar has been a greenhouse experience for me, just helping me to overcome some of my childhood tendencies to, bad things or my bad habits. I think being here at Weimar has really helped me to overcome those bad habits through just changing my thoughts, and giving my will to God. And so I think that's been a real blessing to me. And spiritually as well, I think it's been a blessing to be here, and I've really enjoyed serving God together with my friends and just having that bond together in Christian fellowship. And I've really enjoyed having a deeper walk with God here at Weimar.
The pre-med program, the natural science program, integrates the practical experience of doing the DR rotations and the New Start rotations with the learning you're doing for going into a medical field, because that gives you the opportunity to get hands-on practical experience, but it's also experience that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Learning lifestyle habits and some of those mental health principles that are so valuable whether you're in the medical field or not.
Throughout my life, I was thinking that true education is just a way to improve your knowledge, to understand more about the academic world, like math, like English, like another subjects and classes. But here at Weimar, I learned that true education, it is a way to redeem you, a way to bring you closer to Jesus. If education is something that is not helping you to go to heaven, it is not helping you to transform your character, it is meaningless. This is the main point I will bring from Weimar.
My name is Robin.
My name is Roger.
My name is Tegan,
and I'm here to heal a hurting world.
By the grace of God, last year I ran 72 miles or 115 kilometers around Lake Tahoe. I will be doing it again this year, and here is why.
Weimar University chooses not to accept government funding so that it can operate on biblical principles without interference.
Adhering to these principles comes with a price. Our students don't have access to federal aid or loans.
But together, we can ensure that all students, regardless of their financial situation, have access to a Christ-centered and faith-based education.
Our goal is to raise $500,000.
Partner with our students, faculty, and staff as we run for this cause.
This is how it works.
Select your runner and specify a donation amount per mile they run.
On October 15th, your runner will participate in the official Lake Tahoe Run representing Weimar University.
At the finish line, we'll be hosting a health expo to minister to both participants and spectators.
Running to heal a hurting world!
Click the link below to fund a future today.
inheritance shall be our home. Through days of preparation, thy grace has made us strong. And now, O King eternal, we lift our battle song. Lead on, O King eternal, till sin's fierce war shall cease, and holiness shall whisper the sweet amen of peace. For not with swords like clashing, or roll of stirring drums, with deeds of love and mercy, the heavenly kingdom comes. Lead on, O King eternal, tis all of not death fears, for gladness breaks like morning, where'er thy face appears. Thy cross is lifted o'er us, we journey in its light. The crown awaits the conquest. Lead on, O God of might. Thank you for singing.
Good morning and happy Sabbath. I hope you all had a good sleep and rest, especially for the families who were traveling yesterday to get here. The reason we are here, and we call this as testimonies, graduate testimonies, is because graduate offerings, I can also read it this way, gratitude offerings or graduate offerings this morning is to glorify the name of the Lord. In every assembly of the saints, holy angels listen to the praise offered to Jehovah in testimony, song, and prayer. That's the reason we are here. We're going to listen to the testimonies of our graduates, the experiences, their walk with the Lord, the blessings, the struggles, and how they overcame. And it's a privilege for everybody, including the families, to see the hand of God in the lives of your children, but also on this campus. This morning, I would like to invite 3 department chairs, Dr. Melissa Garcia, Dr. Harris, and Mr. Martins to come up. And these are the 3 departments that we're going to highlight this morning before our divine service. I don't know where Mr. Martins is. All right, come on up. I would have them lead these sessions of their respective departments. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Harris to open us with prayer.
Bow your heads. Dear Father in heaven, we thank you for this high Sabbath. We thank you for how you've led in the past, and we trust that as you've led in the past, you'll continue to guide in the future. And we thank you for each of these graduates and their families that are here, and those who are not here. And we just ask that you would bless us this day, be with each of our students as they talk about the things that have helped them to be able to finish here, and bless them. And thank you for this institution. We ask that you would continue to bless it and be with it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Now we have a special music by Madeline, and then after that, Dr. Garcia, the chair of interdisciplinary department, will lead out her students to give testimonies.
Good morning. Today we'll be playing a compilation of pieces. And why I've chosen to do this is because many of us here are going forward into new life transitions and new seasons of life. And I wanted to remind us all that no matter the season we're in, it's always beautiful when we take God with us. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madeline. That was lovely. And I finally got to hear you play the harp. That was beautiful. Good morning. My name is Dr. Melissa Garcia. I am the chair of the Christian Interdisciplinary Department. And it is said that psychology, the term psychology, is actually formed from two Greek words, psyche, meaning breath, life, soul, and logia, meaning word, speech. Well, here at Weimar University, we like to view the etymology of this term through the scriptures. Psyche, and God breathed the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the word of God, logia, sustains us. Well, through the framework of this study, the 4 graduates of the Christian Interdisciplinary Program have come to reflect Christ through exploring God in psychology, along with another discipline of their choice, like music or natural science, thus culminating in a group of very unique individuals who are ready to serve God through these focuses. So at this time, I would like to invite those 4 graduates, Emily Buit, Madeline Durson, Jonathan Dugo, and Al Crum, to come up one at a time and each share their personal testimony. And as they do, I would like to encourage you to rejoice in your mind and soul as you reflect upon what God is going to accomplish through each of these graduates.
Hello, all. What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits towards me? God knew what I needed when he sent me to Weimar. Before coming here, my spiritual life was declining, but now I have grown in ways I wish I could explain to people more accurately. Some of the greatest gifts God has given me are a higher purpose in life, as well as the freedom from things that I was struggling with, which I thought would follow me throughout the future, as well as, God has given me an abundant joy that I can't explain. Not that I was a morose person before, but the Lord has done so much for my sake that all the frustrations and tribulations in life, they seem a lot less severe. So how can I adequately thank the Lord for all these gifts? I purpose in my heart that I want to serve him with my future. I want others to experience the joy that I have felt. And God has brought many wonderful people into my life. 3 minutes is woefully small to thank them all, so I'd like to meet with you individually to tell you my thank yous. But what a blessing it is to have godly parents. To my mom and dad, I thank you for your faith. I firmly believe that because of that, I am able to enjoy so many privileges in life. I have a wonderful support system, and you make up the core of it. Thank you for sacrificing so much to give me all the opportunities and loving care that I could ever ask for. When trying to think of all the things you two have done for me, I am overwhelmed. I love and treasure you both very much. To my awesome brothers, thank you for being my best friends since day one. I want to acknowledge my cousins, my uncle, my grandparents, and everyone else for supporting me too. To Dr. Garcia, wow, what an honor it is to be your student. I am excited for all the people who get to have you as their professor, and even better, as their advisor for the major. We have been able to spend a lot more time together this semester, but even before that, I have always felt like you cared for me on an individual level, rather than just a student. And so I thank you for showing Christ-like interest and for advocating for me. I know it's because of you that I'm able to succeed. To Glennie, you are already a great professor, even though this is your first year teaching, and I know I will become a better counselor because of your classes and your kindnesses. To Mrs. Gallant, your support and guidance, especially at key times, has been an answer to my prayers. And thank you for always choosing to speak the truth in love. I hope the Lord blesses you with many more grandbabies to show off to the world. To Mrs. Hunter, I could not ask for a better boss, better dean, better mother-in-law type figure, and better friend. Thank you for treating me like family since day one, and your family as well. Many of the girls in the dorm can attest to the fact that they've been richly blessed by you, and I am one of them. To Jonathan, you are another one of God's greatest gifts to me, And in terms of timing and prayer and getting to see each other's characters through essay, well, I know that the Lord brought us together, and I feel so incredibly loved. Thank you for teaching me that life is about investing in people and about having adventures every once in a while, and you have pushed me to become a better person in ways I had never seen before. So thank you for your heart. And to the many friends and professors I have made here during my time, I'm so grateful for you. It's really the people that make Weimar so special. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Jared, who's watching on the live stream. He's did a FaceTime into my COVID high school graduation, and he's here again. So thank you, Jared, for being here. And then thank you all for your support. What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits towards me? I will take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. All glory be to God for this achievement. Thank you for listening.
I stand before you today as a living testimony, a testimony that hope is not lost because healing is possible, a testimony that when all seems impossible and you seem to face insurmountable odds, all is not impossible because we serve a God of impossibilities. I stand here as a testimony today because of the miracle God has made in me. 4 years ago, I could not have imagined seeing myself the way I am. I can actually smile and mean it, and I feel free. Yes, I have a long way to go, we all do, but I'm so thankful for the change that I have made here at Weimar. I want to thank so many people for helping make my experience so amazing. And I want to thank all the staff and faculty that have welcomed me with open arms and have been understanding and kind to me no matter what, and have shown me love even in my messiest and most vulnerable times. I want a special thank you to Dr. Garcia for helping me all the way and guiding me through psychology, but more than that, of being a friend to me. And I especially want to thank all my family who are here to support me today. You don't know how much this means to me, that you flew all the way here just to see little old me, I feel old, graduate. But I especially want to thank my parents who have graciously paid my entire education here at Weimar, which I cannot thank them enough for. And I want to thank them for supporting me. I know most college students probably don't call their parents very often. When they see them, it's hi and bye. But for me, I've called my parents almost every day for my entire college experience. And I can say that they're two of my closest friends in the world. And my mom is my #1 confidant. And I just want to thank you so much. And with that, thank you, Dad, for being an incredible role model and for teaching me how to work hard and have good ethics. And Mom, I want to thank you for being there for me through the thick and thin, no matter what, for dropping everything to come be with me, and for standing by my side and being my cheerleader, and for being my friend. With that said, I want to say that it really is a miracle I'm standing here today. While I faced many challenges when I first came here, and I was just recovering from a severe eating disorder, I was experiencing depression. I remember walking around the campus and thinking, this may be a little bit morbid, but thinking about all the ways I could kill myself and what that would be like. I was so in such a desperate state, and I don't think most people realize that here. And now my testimony is a testimony that life is worth living, and that hope is possible even when everything seems absolutely hopeless. But with that, I was also diagnosed with an illness in the last year, and that made finishing my last year of college incredibly hard. And for so many times, I would cry, and I didn't think I could make it. I was so exhausted. to the bone, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do and be the person I wanted to be. But God carried me through to where I am today, and I am so thankful for that. And to my fellow graduates, I want to say, keep going. Take one step at a time. Everything, your goals, your passions, the future ahead may seem insurmountable, but it just takes one simple step after another, and you'll get there. Lean on God and let Him see you fully as you are, because that's the only way that you'll learn to know Him for who He is. I want to encourage you to be kind to everyone and not judge them, because you have no idea what they may be going through, and to be yourself. Lastly, I want to say something that God directly spoke to me. He said this, and God whispered, when you reach the end of what you can do, you've just reached the beginning of what I can do.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. Lots of families, very exciting to see. I have a passage of scripture that I'd like to read to you in my short time here, and this is what it says. It's in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, and this is verse 19 to 27. For though I be free from all men, yet I have made myself a servant unto all, that I might gain more. And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews, to them that are under the law as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without the law, as under the law of Christ, that I might gain them that are without the law. To the weak I became as the weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partakers thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run the race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. But I keep under my body and bring into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached others, I myself should be a castaway. In my time at Weimar, this is essentially what I've learned. I have learned that all the things that we do should not be in our own power, but they should be through the power of Christ. And this is the life that I choose to live, especially from, I would say, my second year on. And there are many people that I have to thank for that. Of course, my mother and my father for raising me with the biblical understanding and true understanding of how Jesus was. And then here at Weimar, I have to thank the people that brought me through, John and Sabrina, and the Searle family. They were a great blessing.